Hi everyone, it's Lyric. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to do a tarot love reading for the sun sign of Cancer. So we're going to get started with the Divine Feminine, her story. I already shuffled the cards. Excellent. Interesting. Okay. And then we'll hear from the Divine Feminine, from the Divine Masculine, and then we'll take a look. Interesting. Wow. This is cool. So this is I just to tell you right away. So this is for Cancer. And we have the Moon card for the Divine Feminine and the Moon card for the Divine Masculine. So they're already mirroring each other, which is super cool. Probably, yeah, one of those connections, if you will. So we're going to get some cards for the connection. Tell me about this connection. Tell me about this connection. Okay. Okay. Wow. So definitely right off the bat that both of these, that the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine are holding something behind. I think that it is in their awareness, but they're keeping it to themselves. For the Divine Feminine, we have the Six of Cups, the Moon card, and the Knight of Swords. The Six of Cups, I believe in us. Your actions tell me a different story, but so do mine. I need to take a step back to get clarity. So, like when you think about the moon, like we see the moon because it's behind the sun at nighttime, something like that. So what we're seeing when the moon is out, what we're seeing a physical object that's in the sky. Something has to be there for that reflection to occur. But everything else really isn't even there. It's like an illusion of some sort. So I feel like both of these energies are kind of masquerading and hiding behind a fictitious mask. I'm not sure why they're putting up fronts. If you guys heard that expression, like I used to have a friend that said, you're perping a front on Front Street, like perpetrating a front. Yeah, and we have the principle of gender here with the Six of Cups for the Divine Feminine. So, yeah, and so these energies are just dancing with each other back and forth, back and forth. This is definitely a twin flame connection here. So if this reading resonates with you, Cancer, please feel free to check out my description box and book a personal reading, and we can go into this a little bit more deeper. Also, if you relate to any of the stuff that I'm talking about and are interested in doing some more healing or inner work, check out my description box, send me an email, and we'll work on this together, okay? So for the Divine Feminine, she's definitely mirroring to her Divine Masculine. She's pulled her energy back a little bit to assess herself and to sort herself out. She's aware that there's this illusion that's sort of clouding her judgment and clouding herself. And this is where the bewilderment is there, because she recognizes that there's something that shouldn't be there, that's like a mystery, a veil of some sort. She can sense this in her mind, in her mental state, but in her actions, like she's perplexed at the way she behaves. She's like, why am I doing this? Like she's not able to connect the dots. Like she's kind of trying to figure things out, but she's not able to put those things into perspective for herself. So if you're listening, Cancer, I can help you with that. We can talk about it. We can pull tarot. We can do some inner work. that might, I feel like that's something that what you would really benefit from. So if you're listening and you're learning more about yourself, reach out to me, okay? For the Divine Masculine, we have the Nine of Cups, which is also a mirror of the Six of Cups. Very interesting reading. The Queen of Wands and the Moon card as well. I have more than enough, but I still want you. So there's definitely that intense pull towards the Divine Feminine. You're my sexy. When you act upon instead of react upon, you own it. So I think that's just guidance from the divine, kind of suggesting that the Divine Masculine step into this more like considerate energy to embrace the creative and passionate feelings that he has and move in those in a way that's full of integrity, okay? If you're the Divine Masculine and you're listening to this, Cancer, I think you'll know what that means. The Divine Masculine has the Moon card. You let me get away with it. Because the Divine Feminines always are the leaders in these connections, right? Like the emotions always have the sway. They always have the extra bend. So, and the feminine is the dark side, is the shadow self, is the shadow aspect, okay, of the mind, of the psyche. And our emotions are given to the feminine, in the feminine realm, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. So for the connection, we have the Knight of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So at this time, the Divine Feminine has pulled back a little bit, like I said, to sort of reassess what's going on, like to understand this murkiness that's coming up, to assess why she is thinking a certain way but acting in another way. She's kind of recognizing that there's an inconsistency there and an ambivalence to her behavior, and she doesn't understand where that's coming from. The Divine Feminine needs some guidance at this time to sort out this sort of situation with this Queen of Swords here, because she's still too guarded and she's over rationalizing and over intellectualizing kind of her connection. She needs to reach into her feelings, into her emotions. That's where the secret will come out, basically. If she gets into touch with her heart space and doesn't keep trying to push it away, like, oh, this can't be what I'm feeling, like I don't want to feel like this. I want to be in control. And it's not that your emotions rule you. It's coming into union with your emotions and ruling with your emotions, not having them beneath you or having them above you, but ruling side by side with your emotions in your emotional state so that you can act in authenticity and act in a place of love. So she's struggling with that. And this is a really good reading, actually, a super good reading. I think that both of these these energies here are going through a peeling back of who they are and a raveling of a new place, that they're going to be new people, that this connection is really turning them and making them something, is changing them, basically. It's divinely appointed. It's in a good place. It's in a high vibrational place. The Divine Masculine is kind of just like way in his feelings, feeling really good, feeling happy and passionate and creative, and like feeling a huge intense pull to this Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine is a little bit mixed up, is a little bit out of sorts, but overall, like, it's a really good reading. The energies are connected. They're connecting. There's no separation at this time. They're basically in union. Divine Feminine is struggling to meet her emotions and her headspace together. So let's get some clarifying cards, or some final thoughts rather, on this. I want to love you, but I don't know how, Divine Feminine. I am trying to stop fighting how I feel about you, Divine Feminine. There is pain I have experienced, which I don't talk about, Divine Feminine. So this is really calling out for the Divine Feminine's attention. I feel that she needs to. It could be a Divine Feminine male, but this particular Divine Feminine should reach out to someone in the community and do some inner work, do some healing, connecting some dots. We're all here to help. Check us out. I hope that you love this reading. Subscribe to the channel. Reach out.